Evaluation accuracy. So how do you make sure that the CMA that you're doing is as accurate as possible? There's a number of different factors. The first thing is keep the comparables as close to the house as you possibly can. Ideally, it should be in the same neighborhood. If you can't get it in the same neighborhood, what I would do next is go to the same elementary school. Can't do the elementary, go to high school. Can't do the high school, go to zip code. That's not a perfect formula or a great recipe in every area for every house. But that's generally how and I've done thousands of these, that is how I would work my way out, and it helped a lot. If you go by geographic area and you cross a school, especially an elementary school street, your numbers can get distorted by as much as 10 or 15%. So you need to be very, very careful with that. Stay with the same styles. Ranches and 2 stories do not match up with one another in terms of square footage, and for a number of different reasons, do everything possible to stay with the same style. Year built. Don't go more than 15 years in either direction. Take the lowest priced houses out. They're probably deviant sales. They're probably people who sold to their brother-in-law, some kind of special circumstance. I just want to sell the house over the weekend, that sort of thing. The last thing I wanted to mention, because I get this question a lot, and is what's the difference between a 2,500 square foot house and a 2,000 square foot house? And I'm going to try to do this verbally, but I hope it lands. Let's say that the 2,000 square foot house is the subject property, and you've figured out that it's probably worth approximately $150 a square foot. So that's the 2,000 square foot house, $150 a square foot. Now you have a 2,500 square foot house. What's the extra 500 square foot house? What's the extra 500 square feet worth? You take that difference and you cut it in half. So for example, that extra 500 square feet, you would not value that at $150 a square foot, but rather half of that number, $75 a square foot, to make sure there's some allowance for the fact that the house is just a little bit bigger and they're not going to pay fair market value per square foot for the difference. I hope that that's a concept that comes through on this video. Half the square foot for the up or down.